Getting clients is hard and selling SEO is even harder. The second most painful problem agencies face after lead generation is closing the leads that come their way. After closing tons and tons of high-ticket clients, I'll share my tips and strategies on how you can do the same. For me, the high ticket is anything above $5,000 at this stage of my agency life. So without further ado, let's get started. First things first, I always do a pre-qualification call before moving forward with any potential client. And before that, I'd send out some free and helpful material their way through email. The reason why I do that is because I want to provide value upfront. This not only helps build trust, but shows them that I'm genuinely invested in helping them even before we have started the conversation. To ensure they actually show up for the meeting, I will either give them a quick call or send a text a day before, that is 24 hours prior to the call. Something as simple as looking forward to our call tomorrow helps increase show-up rates. And to make sure everything stays on the track, I always send a reminder about an hour before the call. Trust me, that little reminder makes a big difference in getting them to show up. The actual thing is that you need them. You need a client. So why not to make a small effort? I sure remember when a coach wanted me to sell a $9,000 program 4 years ago, his sales rep sent a text on my WhatsApp number and reminded me that I have a call with the head of sales the next morning. Remember, WhatsApp, because it's way less noisy than email. I quickly checked my calendar while he was on a 2-minute call with me and confirmed my availability right away. Now, for this 15-minute discovery or pre-qualification call, I use B.A.N.T framework to get answers to these 4 questions. Budget. Do they actually have a budget allocated for SEO? Authority. Am I speaking with the right decision maker or someone with the authority to move forward? Need. Is there a clear need of my services or not? Timeline. What is their desired timeline for starting the project? Here, the second point is very important, especially if you are in the niche where you don't know who can be the actual decision maker, either the marketing manager, head of SEO, or the owner of the company. There is no point in pitching your SEO services to someone who does not have the authority to make decisions. Honestly, I have made this mistake before and let me tell you, it's frustrating. You get everything about your proposal, putting 100% of your brain, your energy, and your research, but at the end of the call, they say something like, I have to pass this to the boss. Closing becomes significantly easier when you are speaking to the right people. Not every lead is worth chasing, and many small agency owners waste time to convert prospects who don't align with their services or budget. You must have a set criteria of your ideal client profile based on the agency's strength. Things like the business type you want to work with, like e-commerce and local, and a minimum budget you are willing to work with. Coming back to the point, the goal of the discovery call is to find out if we both are a right fit for each other and if we can actually help them or not by knowing their pain points and really understanding what kind of results they are expecting. Many agencies jump into pitching services without fully grasping what the client really needs. This is where most deals slip through the cracks. Start every conversation by asking questions that dig deeper into their business challenges. Questions like, if anyone else has done SEO before for their business or not? If so, what didn't work? What's their biggest struggle right now with SEO? And what other channels they are using to market their business? And that's really important, especially with AI taking over in 2025. You can take help from ChatGPT to brainstorm these questions based on your niche or comment discovery call template, and I will share the link to the document with the questions we ask. These questions not only help you understand their problems, but also position you as someone who genuinely cares about their business. Remember, clients don't buy SEO services, they buy solutions to their problems. I want to get clear understanding of their business, their audience, and their competitors. I believe that without this information, you are just guessing. You may get half of the answers while doing your research previously, but still you have to ask them. These questions help you weed out clients who might drag the sales process unnecessarily or expect unrealistic outcomes. After all, it helps me see the big picture and gives me the insights I need while being on a demo call with them, which is our second call. Now, it's not just about asking questions, it's about really listening to their answers. I have learned that listening is the key to instantly getting valuable details. You have to pay attention to what they are saying and sometimes even what they are not saying. Once you have gathered this information, reframe their pain points into your own words during the conversation. For example, you can say something like, it sounds like the biggest frustration right now is not getting enough local traffic despite running ads. Is that correct? This reflection builds trust and shows you are listening, which is critical for closing the deal. Once you have the complete overview of their business and you think you are not a right fit, don't hesitate to walk away. Politely let them know your services may not be the best fit. This shows your professionalism and leaves the door open for the future opportunities when they are ready. On the other hand, if you feel they are a good fit, it's time to move forward with the next step, that is booking them for the presentation or demo call. I always make sure to schedule the next meeting while I am still in the meeting with them. Trust me on this one. They won't book the second call themselves later on. Why? Because they tend to get busy, distracted, or just flat out forget. Clients are lazy, so you have to take control and schedule the next meeting right away. I say something like, great, it sounds like we're good to go. Let's just set a time for our next meeting where I can walk you through the demo of our services based on your needs. This helps skip the can you please send the proposal phase. And since it's on the calendar, they won't miss it. Because I will remind them again using the exact strategy I shared earlier.
A reminder.
It's a reminder.
Just a reminder.
You see, it's all about creating that sense of urgency and making it easy for them. So, before hopping on the next call, prepare a pitch that resonates with them. Remember, no two clients are the same, so that cookie cutter presentations won't cut it. The goal here is to show that your services are exactly what they need. Alright, while I'm on a second call, I prefer to start by showcasing some of the best case studies, especially ones in their niche. If I have worked with similar brands, I make sure to mention them as it helps build credibility. You can say something like, we have worked with a local roofing company that was struggling to rank in their city. Within 6 months, we have helped them achieve a 150% increase in their bookings through local SEO. This not only validates your expertise, but also shows the client that you understand their niche. In my presentation, I also tied back to the pain points they shared in the pre-qualification call. This is where I offer real solutions. I will break down on how we can address those specific problems and even give them an ROI breakdown so they can exactly see how we will deliver the results. The ROI breakdown here is very important. For example, if their pain point is low e-commerce sales, highlight your expertise in driving organic traffic and optimizing for purchase intent. Sometimes I even go further and do a live demo. For example, I will quickly log into Ahrefs and do competitor analysis in front of them to mention some crazy stuff they are leaving behind. 2 to 3 solid points are more than enough that can make a dent in their SEO campaign to explain your strategy. This live insight always gets their attention and builds that trust, Now, I want to share something I have learned the hard way. Objections are inevitable in sales.
I am inevitable.
Even with a strong pitch, many clients will hesitate before making a decision. This is where most deals are won or lost. Whether it's budget concerns, timing issues, or doubts about ROI, your lead will always have some questions. So, before every call, I make sure to prepare rebuttals in advance. I don't just think of standard answer, I get creative with them. For example, if someone questions the price, I will quickly explain how the value we deliver far outweighs the initial investment by showing a solid ROI breakdown. Or, if they are hesitant about the timeline, I will bring up similar projects and show how we have helped clients achieve results in their time frame. Being prepared and flexible with your answers gives you an edge. It's not about just answering their objections, it's about reassuring them that you are the right choice for solving their problems. I always say if you want to master selling, master human psychology and you will keep winning. If you're interested and want me to create a separate video on handling objections, let me know in the comments and I will record a full video explaining that. Alright, after you are done with the demo, you have cleared their objections, it's time to get to the pricing. And what do I usually do is, I don't just throw it out upfront. I always wait until they have expressed the objections other than pricing. Here is why. If they're still unsure about how we can help them or if the value is not clear, asking for pricing in the mix can just add the confusion. So, after I have addressed their pain points, provided solutions, and demonstrated the value we bring, that's when I share the pricing. By this point, they are already seeing how we can help and are more likely to focus on the ROI we will deliver. I always present it as an investment, not just a cost, and frame it within the context of their goals and challenges. This way, it feels much more aligned. Also, make sure you mean it. You can say something like, for every dollar you invest in SEO, you're building an asset that continues to bring traffic for years, unlike ads which stop the moment you pause them. But ads do complement your overall marketing efforts. I'm not against them for sure. This way, you give them the exact reason why it will be their best investment in marketing. One key thing here is that you confirm their budget on the first call. Try to present them with the options within their budget to choose from, rated from high, medium to low. And guess what? If they are under budget for your set criteria, you shouldn't be doing this call. Pretty obvious, right?
Damn right. Yeah.
By modifying every part of your pitch to their specific needs, you position yourself as the obvious choice, making the close much more natural. Alright, before I share the next tip, do you know what's the number one thing that helps you close the leads? No, it's not your attitude, it's not the way you ask questions, heck, it's not even pricing, it's Goodwill. Because Goodwill carries a lot of trust. It works faster than money. Because I believe people buy from people they like and trust. So strangers or cold prospects like and trust someone who already has goodwill in the market. And here is a tip I learned from Steven. While you are in a meeting with them, try to become a reason they smile or laugh because of you. Life is already so stressful and we generally don't laugh much. Once they laugh with you, it lowers their guard. Then you can lead the call. Well, if the prospect is receptive by the end of the call, great, close them. Otherwise, book another call the same way I explained earlier. The thing is, closing doesn't always happen in the first meeting. A solid follow-up strategy is essential to turn hesitant prospects into paying clients. Most small agency owners lose deals simply because they fail to stay on top of their minds. And here is another tip to closing. I don't consider a client closed unless they pay the invoice. So when I say close them, that means send them the invoice with the contact while you are on a call with them. It really helps in making the process fast and get them started right off the bat. Also, I always send out the summary of everything we discussed. I release the pain points and write the proposed solutions as we discussed on the call. Now it's very easy with AI tools like read.ai, and it's so good to summarize the calls and add action steps if there are any. The final step in closing a lead is to keep following until you get a clear answer. I never leave things in maybe or we will think about it zone. A concrete answer, either a yes or a no, is what you need. If they are on a fence, I keep following up, but respectfully and ethically. Also, one thing that I learned with follow-ups is you should never rely on one channel or platform. For example, just don't rely solely on email. Follow up through LinkedIn, phone calls, or even SMS if appropriate. When following up, I ask if they have any further questions, address any concerns that come up, and even offer a new information to help them make the decision. That could be an audit of their website, mention some quick wins, or simply a competitor analysis report. But I don't drag it out forever. You can say something like, I would love to get started on this before a specific date to ensure we hit our goal or milestone. Let me know if we can finalize this by deadline. If the prospect remains unresponsive after multiple follow-ups, it's okay to walk away. Send a final email letting them know the offer is still open if they are ready in the future.
My friend remains unconvinced.
That's it for this video. If you're an agency and looking for a white label agency partner, book a call using the link in the description. Or if you enjoyed this video, I have more videos around agency stuff, team building, lead generation, and more on my channel. Don't forget to check them out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.